Hello everyone, my name is Youssef Emam. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, and today I'm going to be showing you my project which I've called Glance EHR, or Glance Electronic Health Records. And so the purpose of this project is to act as a point of communication between patients and physicians. So patients can register an account and assign themselves a primary physician, and from there that primary physician can manage that patient, edit their profile, they can assign them new medications using a prescription builder tool that I've created to help them make safer choices, and I'll show you what that looks like soon. And they can also add records that the patient can view from their end of the portal. And so this is the page that we're greeted to when we first open the app. And so you can choose your sign-in portal, either as a patient or a physician, or you can register for a new account. So let's go ahead and do that. So it prompts us for a username. Let's register as David. Let's put in a password, confirm that password, and then register as a patient. So we go ahead and register. It's going to ask us to start building a profile. So let's populate this. We can choose a random date of birth, address, something generic, and then if we had any existing conditions that we knew about, we could inform the physician here when they go to see it. So you can just type in anything that you would like here, and then you can build a list of medications using this dropdown, and so it's compiled from a huge database of medications. And that's what's used to create these options. And so we can choose our primary physician. So any of the physicians that are in the database will show up in this dropdown. But for now, let's just keep it as Youssef. And let's go ahead and update the profile. And this is what the homepage looks like. So if this patient had any records, this is where they would show up. So once the physician adds them, they show up here on their homepage. But there's obviously nothing yet since this account is new. And so this, again, if they want to change anything in their profile, they can go here to My Profile, and then they can edit it and update it. So let's say they wanted to change their address. Maybe they moved to 123 Main Street. They can update that profile. And if they go back, the address should be updated. And so this is the bulk of the patient side of this portal. And so now we can go ahead and show you the physician side. So we'll go ahead and log out, and let's log in as a physician. So let's log in. And so we can see that this is the home page for the physician. And we can see David, who just signed up, is present here. You can see their first name, last name, date of birth. And so it should be noted that when a physician is registering, they can also create a profile. However, it looks a little bit different. So you can see there is the address, the date of birth, the first and last name are the same, but they would enter a specialization and a workplace. And again, they could choose to update this or change it however they like. And so when they go to the home page and they want to manage a patient, they can press this button here to manage. And so this will show you their information. So let's say that you wanted to change something here. You can go ahead and update the profile, or say you wanted to add a note. For example, the patient presented with a certain symptom that you want to make note of, so that anyone who's looking at this record later has that information. You could definitely add that here as well. And so this is the medication portfolio tool that a physician can use to help build a list of prescriptions. So for example, let's say the patient is on Ozempic, and let's say somebody wants to prescribe metformin. They can search, and let's say semaglutide. So it'll show up there. We can just press that, and they can go ahead and update the profile. And so what ends up happening with this medication portfolio tool is it'll display any warnings when any medications are prescribed together that might have some drug interactions. So we can read here, the risk or severity of hypoglycemia can be increased when metformin is combined with semaglutide. And so this is useful, obviously, if the patient has a longer list of medications and the doctor wants to prescribe something, but they're not sure how that might play in with the other medications that they're taking. This would be a really useful tool, a really useful warning that they could have. And so hopefully this would be able to help physicians build better tools, and this is powered by the National Library of Medicine's API. And so that's that feature, the medication portfolio tool. And now let's move on to the add a record. And so the next feature that we can talk about is the add a record feature. So if the doctor wanted to add a record for the patient to view, maybe it's an X-ray, and the description could be X-ray of the knee. And they can go ahead and upload whatever file they would like. And then they could go ahead and add that record. And so that record's been added, and they can also go ahead and view any of records that exist for the patient. So this is how they would access any of the previous records that they had. And so let's go ahead and back out and see what this looks like now from the patient's point of view. So let's go to the patient login, and let's go to David's account. And so any of the uploaded records that the physician might have added will show up here, and if there's multiple, they'd show up and they could scroll through and they could see all of the different records that exist for them. And so that is a glimpse of my project. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.